Running across the northern Upper Peninsula are 547 miles of North Country Trail, the longest national scenic trail system in the country, with over 4,600 miles of trail through New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and North Dakota. The North Country Trail website says the UP trails are in some of the most remote, uninhabited country, and a dedicated group of volunteers work hard to make sure that is true.
Peter Wolfe Chapter takes care of about 125 miles of the North Country Trail from M64 all the way over to Long Lake, which is just west of Craig Lake. So we have some beautiful waterfalls on our part. We have the Canyon Falls, of course, and Akundakan Falls and Tibbetts Falls and a number of other smaller falls. And we walk by some mining buildings. It's just really interesting. People love to come up here and see our forests. We have a lot of mature forests.
I went for a snowshoe with Connie and a monthly hiking group in a newly rerouted stretch of the Peter Wolfe Chapter section near Canyon Falls in Baraga County.
I really like this brand new stretch. It just follows all along the Sturgeon River here. We're hiking this today because this is a brand new portion of our trail that we just made this past spring. We have done across about 8 miles from Canyon Falls parking lot to the Herman Nestoria Road. We have a 1 mile in between there that isn't done and another mile just before you get to Herman Nestoria Road that wasn't done. We're waiting on the state to finish their logging in there. But so we completed 6 miles of it. It's roughed in, but it's easily hikeable.
Generally, we're walking along the river. Just in the bushes a little bit, so you're not on the river bank itself, but where you can see the river. During the summer, there'll be lots of vegetation out, leaves on the trees, so you don't see as much as the river, but still there's enough views along the river. So there's no real elevation gain. There's no big, long uphill or downhill stretches, but we do have some short ups and downs to get around some tight spots. This has been a long project to get this rerouted. It was, the route just followed some of these roads, and walking down a road is not really a very good experience. So, it's taken probably 20 years to get landowner permissions and route figured out and all of this to get it so we could come out here last summer and actually start clearing the trail. And it involves, first of all, people coming along with flagging to mark where the trail's going to go, then people with chainsaw certification to come along and clear the major logs out of the way and the bigger stuff, and then other people with other loppers and various other implements to cut little twigs and clear the path. And that's the major part of it, is what we did. Other groups came along, summer youth conservation type groups that came along and worked on the tread a little bit to bench it or to clear rocks and stumps and things like that. So it was many days of coming back over and over the same section of trail many times to get it worked out so it's a nice path. And it's not intended to be, a big wide corridor. It's a path through the woods. It's not overly developed, but enough to find your way. Now, what remains to be done is blazing, putting the blue blaze marks up. Right now it's just got blue flagging along it, but we still have to come back and put the blaze marks on trees and things like that to mark in a permanent way where the trail goes, and so you can see it.
Mark leads a group of hikers on the North Country Trail once a month. So we put an invite out to all of our members and anybody who's indicated an interest in hiking with us. And then we put it on our Facebook page. And so whoever shows up, we go on a hike once a month, year round.
I've had up to 30 people on a hike, which is kind of hard to manage when you have 30 people and you get different paces, people go at different speeds, and it's a lot of logistics when there's that big a group, but it's Usually around, a dozen people is pretty typical for a North Country trail hike. Lots of fun to meet new people all the time and be active, getting to know people and talking to people as we walk along and see some new scenery. That's I guess, what I enjoy about it.
For those inspired to hit the trails, the North Country Trail Association is holding their Hike 100 Challenge again this year.
So anybody who wants to sign up, they can hike. It has to be mileage on the North Country Trail. It doesn't all have to be unique miles. You can go out and walk with your friends or your puppies and come back on the same trail and just log up the miles until you get 100 of them and you get a really nice patch.
The Peter Wolfe Chapter has over 100 miles in its section, so you could hike all your miles right here. If you're looking for people to go with, join one of Mark's monthly hiking groups.
Just appreciate everybody getting out and hiking and enjoying the trail, and all the other people that volunteer to help to maintain it. That's what it takes, is a lot of us out here on the ground to work on the trail and keep it active.
While I was in the area, I couldn't resist a hike out to Canyon Falls. Canyon Falls has been referred to as the Grand Canyon of Michigan. I leave you tonight with late winter, early spring sights and sounds from the Sturgeon River and Canyon Falls.